And we're barking. Hello. This is Sarah. What is it? Handknitter. That's who I am. Handknitter live on Monday at 5. It's Monday, June 20th. The day after June 19th, but this is the official June 19th holiday, which explains why I didn't get any mail today. So yay for holidays. And I am starting right off the bat with this camera over here so that I can make sure it's working before it isn't working. And what I'm doing is I found a dropped stitch a few weeks ago. I showed it to you a few weeks ago, actually, or a number of weeks ago. I don't know how many. Seems like this wasn't very long ago. And I put it on a holder. I put it on a holder, and or not a holder. Holy cow, Sarah, pay attention. I put it on a, locking stitch marker, which is technically a holder. And I wanted to fix it today. So what we're going to do, you know what we can do? Oh no, and so I didn't know that was there. I did know within a day or so after doing it, or the next morning, that I had accidentally knit back the last row of this green stripe, which resulted in this purl ridge, which isn't supposed to be there. And I was gonna let it be. I was gonna try to grow as a person, relax as an anal retentive, perfectionist. I was going to try to let it go. And I might have been able to do that until I found the drop stitch, which is right below this. So I think, let's see how many I got. 2, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24, 26, 28, 30. Where's my head? What did I just say? 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 56, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 68, 72. Interesting, because I think I have fewer on my black needle. Or else I just lost count. 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. Isn't this fun? 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 68, 72. Okay, I think it's the same. I kind of lost count right at the end there. So, hi, how are you? The first thing I want to tell you about this week, that happened this week, is that the Stitches event for June wrapped up this past weekend. I finished teaching my entrelac class, which went well. Thank you very much. And now I'm itching to make a sweater out of entrelac again. Excuse me. And I finished up the 2 classes I was taking, one of it which was the tapestry weaving class. Both the dress class and the tapestry weaving class finished up. I showed you this one last week, so this didn't get any farther, although I do want to take that last bit out that looks like stripes and then doesn't look like stripes and then looks like stripes. I have some ideas for how to fix that. So part of it is, most of that is that my warp threads are not in the right spacing, we'll say. And then I did get a tiny bit farther during class yesterday on, so I had done one block or one color change thingy, but then during class yesterday I put in a diagonal, hopefully every two warp threads. It looks like I did. And then I started paying attention. I was behind because I didn't get any of my homework done in the middle of the week. But while she was talking about the rest of the stuff, which was mostly like presentations of weavings and things, so it's not like I was that far behind. But anyway, I worked on that diagonal. But then the Anna dress class, I finished my dress. I still need to finish the... Hi Fran, I'll stand up and twirl for you, but first let me show you. So it's not, see, I didn't finish the edges yet. I don't have a serger, which I don't remember if a serger was okay to do the hem and like, what would we call this, a cuff. But what she suggested, I don't have. And I would like to have, I think, because, you know, more toys. So I'm waiting. I sort of poked the owner of the fabric shop next door to Woven Arts of Seams. And I don't know if she's like at my beck and call and she's ordered the things I asked for, but I need a twin needle for my sewing machine that's 2.5 millimeters wide, or between the two needles. Hi, Diane. And the shop has a 4 and a something bigger millimeter, and that's too wide. So at least I think it's not what I was told. And then I also need some double-sided fusible tape. And the brand that the teacher, Jennifer Stern, had in the class was So Keasy, Sewkeasy. And that's the brand of knit stay tape that I bought that is here. Oh, why is it way back there? Oh, eek. And also a tiny bit right here. So I'm like, same brand. Do you think you could? I didn't ask her to order it, but I think I'll see her maybe on Wednesday and I can ask her to order it. So this is my dress. This is the fabric. Isn't it pretty? I'll show you this beautiful job. I'm very proud of this neckband. I had never worked with knits before. I haven't made a dress since probably I was 13 or somewhere around there at my local Singer store with my neighbor friend Beth, I think. I don't know. And it was a brown, tiny flowers. It was an awful, and I don't remember anything I learned. So that's probably the last time I made a dress. There's also bust darts. For the first time ever, I've made bust darts, and I'm not, excuse me, I'm not wearing the same bra I wore when I measured for the dress, but it's a knit, so you can make it be where it should be. So I'll stand, and I didn't put pockets in because they weren't really in. Clara, hi, thank you. But we're gonna move this chair. Thank you. They weren't in the pattern, and she did talk about them, but I didn't have time. I was also teaching and editing, and I didn't have time to also figure out the pockets. So there's no pockets. That doesn't keep me from looking for the pockets every time I put this dress on. But isn't it pretty? So the waist is here, which is supposed to fall right under my bust so that it falls and you don't see any shapes there. So there you go. I look like the prow of a ship, but a very beautiful one. And it was way easier than I thought. I can't find the other arm of the chair. That was attractive, wasn't it? Thanks. So I'm really proud of it, and I will make more. I might make this a little deeper, although it really doesn't look that bad. It took me, I actually like picked out my stitches here and did it a couple times. There's a little pocket there. Never worked with knits before, so I need to put the edging or finish off the cuffs and the hem because those aren't done. I may wear it like this on Wednesday to work. Why not? Everything else is done. But I'm pretty excited. Jennifer Stern was a great teacher. I can I can do a lot of variations with this. You can take this. One of the people made two in class because maybe they weren't teaching another class in the meantime, and didn't put the sleeves on, and it looked great as a sleeveless. And some people did a scoop neck instead. The pattern was for a V. Some people didn't need bust darts. Some put the bodice, the waistband lower. It was actually a little bit lower in the pattern, and I raised it a couple, 3-4 inches, because I forget how many, just a couple, because of the pictures that we were shown of people wearing the dress, and she's been putting it on social media. I liked it when it was up higher on people who were shaped like me. So I think I put it up a little too high. Today it's, again, wrong bra. Bust darts I messed up, but they're pointing to the right spot if I pull the dress down, but knit dress, so we're okay. But I think I might put the waist a little bit low. You can't even see it because of the print, which is fun. But I might make the waist a little bit lower next time. And you can mix and match the bodice and the skirt. I'm just really excited, so watch for more of those. Right now there we go. Now I'm sitting on the dress. So I finished the dress-ish, and I finished the tapestry weaving class. That was with Handknitter Tully, who it turns out is in a study group, that's what it's called, with Nancy McCrae, who used to own Woven Art and is a good friend of mine. So that was a nice, common, small world thing. And then she's heard of Jenny. Jenny, if you're listening, or if you're listening later, she knows about you. Handknitter Tully. So she used to be... she said she got her degree in or went to school for photography and textiles. I thought she had said tapestry in the beginning. But photography and textiles. And then she ended up becoming a knitwear designer. First on the machine and then on hand knitting. And then she broke her wrist and couldn't maintain her gauge for a while. So she went back to tapestry, and she's stayed there because she loves it. So things. The other thing I want to follow up with you on, a couple other things actually. Last week I told you about the problem with my needles getting rusty because I accidentally, this whole thing accidentally jumped into the cat's water dish. And so it was suggested that I cram them through, these are the barbed felting needles that I don't want to hurt myself with. And it was suggested by Diane that I shove them through the steel wool, which I have and haven't done yet. It was also suggested that I use the little strawberry on my tomato pin cushion, which I did. I've had that pin cushion since I was teeny. Felting needles are barbed. Did I mention that? So by jabbing it through, unfortunately, I had all the things in this and was doing it over that, and I thought, what's all this crap falling out? And then this was getting emptier and emptier because as you jab it with a barbed needle, it breaks open. So I cut my little strawberry off because it was dead. I'm probably going to still do the steel wool, but it actually cleaned it up quite well, Diane. Oh, wait, that wasn't you. You were the steel wool. It actually cleaned it up quite well, although it, strawberries were harmed in the cleaning of the rust off of the felting needles. And then, this still needs to be scrubbed out a little bit because it has some rust on it. But I think that this will live to felt another steek, so that's exciting. These are all the pieces. That's another thing, is I'll have to figure that out, how it all goes back together. But wanted to report back. Oh, here's more needles. Wanted to report back. Also, that just looks like sand to me. I don't know. But I will, then a funny thing, I didn't bring it up, but the tomato pin cushion, that you all know what that looks like, has the pins that I used to use when I was sewing long ago. My first round was sewing. And that poor strawberry. Aw, but I can get a new one. I should have brought it up. The pin cushion that used to be attached to the strawberry, or that the strawberry used to be attached to, is a pin cushion I've had since I was little. I don't remember getting it. And I sewed a lot of things for my Barbie dolls and my troll dolls, and then I don't know, over the years but when I started quilting, which would have been 2000, late 2000s, somewhere, not late 2000s, hello, maybe both my kids were at home, but it wasn't that long ago. I mean, that was a long time ago. But anyway, then I learned that like the pins I had weren't the right pins for quilting. And so I bought new pins. And the point of that being, now when I look at that pin cushion and pull out the pins, they're little short pins with little teeny heads. And I'm like, I'm never going to use those again. So I'm going to let that pin cushion and those pins go into the donation box for someone else to enjoy. I have no sentimental value with that sentimental feelings about the tomato pin cushion. I would like to make my own pin cushions, but I need to find something that's filled with something that would sharpen not sharpen. I'm going to keep my felting needles out of all the pin cushions. So, the other thing I wanted to show you is that I finished, oh my gosh, you guys, it's been a busy week between taking two classes, teaching a class. I had a whole bunch of files, editing due yesterday, which I got done at 11:44 this morning, or no, sorry, last night, so midnight-ish. And also there have been work hours and seminars and meetings, and so I had started this Tunisian crochet that I know I told you about before, and it's 4 colors, but it's a transition from not really a fade at all, but just 1 color, 2 colors, and then I've just had a lot of knitting time for my Tunisian crochet, and there's the 3rd color, and then I got those done and I bound off according to the pattern, and the next thing I'm supposed to do is block it, so I'll block it next. And then weave in the ends. I counted, and there's, I think, 47 ends, but they're not mohair. I still have most of the mohair ends, or at least half of the mohair ends ends to weave in on my mohair sweater. My, what's that one called? Rocket Tee, which is now a pullover sweater. And then I have ends to weave in here. Maybe next week we'll figure out how to weave it ends, because I'll block this hopefully between this week and next week. And then I carried this color up because it was only 2 sets of rows for Tunisian crochet, because after you block it and weave in your ends and then you sew this end to this end, for which I have left a long tail that they say do not weave that one in, so thank you, because I probably would have. So that's going to get sewn to that, and then you pick up around the outside. Well, I don't know what you do. You don't pick up around the outside because you start using a regular crochet hook. So you crochet around the outside and then start doing a sideways crocheted rib, which I haven't done, so that'll be fun, out of this color, which is, I don't know, Jupiter's Moon or something. This is Madeline Tosh Farm Twist, which there's a little bit left at Woven Art. And the book that this is from, it's Tony Lipsy's Tunisian Crochet Handbook is what I'm going to call it, because I think that's what it's called. But anyway, isn't that pretty? I've decided I like Tunisian crochet because it's very linear. Everything lines up. Now maybe other patterns they won't, but here, like, there's the little verticals. This is simple. It's called Simple Tunisian Crochet Stitch. And then there's some increasing here and some decreasing here, and that's why it ripples. So I learned those things, and there's a beautiful edge stitch. See that beautiful edge stitch? On both sides. So yay, it took me a while with my swatches to figure that out. I just think it looks really nice and linear. It makes me happy. So it's going to become round and a cowl, in case you didn't know. And I can't believe how fast it went. So there is more. There's at least 11 other patterns in the book that I liked of the 20. There were 12 total that I liked. I will not make them all, but that's going to get blocked, and then it will be, ouch, and then it will be the ends woven in, and then, whatever happens next. So I need to take, which would be the borders. I already forgot. So I need to, is that one sharp? Ugh, no. What you're going to help me with today, please, and keep me company during, I already put the needle in the black, and I just finished putting the needle in the green. And I knotted those two black strands together so I don't lose any of the edge stitches too badly. But what I want to do, what I want you to keep me company because of, is taking out this top green row. Here we go. Which should have been knit and was in fact purled. Whoop. So I'm going to take it out and then Kitchener it back in, but before I Kitchener it back in, I am going to fix this dropped. It was a K2 tog that didn't quite make it into the world. So I'm just going to, after I pick up or release those stitches, I can work that up and put it on the needle. Well, not right now, obviously. Well, anyway, I can work that up and put it on the needle and then just do a knit Kitchener back together instead of the purl row that was there. Ooh. So hopefully this won't fight me too much. And it's going to be a little wonky because there was a knit two together right here. Not a knit two together, knit front and back. So I don't know. I'm just going to make it work. I don't care if the one row is kind of weird. So this is what I'm doing today. This is our task. I always enjoy something like this that's very tedious more if you are keeping me company. So thank you. There were 72 stitches, so I have to pull 144 times. That's a gross, in case you wanted to know. 12 12s. Whoops, that's not the right thing to pull. And yeah, that's what we're doing. What else happened this weekend? Anything this week? I don't know. So, I'm unsewing right now, unknitting. Since the, I was taking classes and I was teaching classes and I was editing and I was working at the shop. And last night, I needed to have the last two patterns edited and back to my client by the time they got to work today because they're packing up to go to H&H Americas, which is the first American version of what used to be just a European trade show for the fiber industry. And I used to accompany first Nancy and then Meg to TNNA, the National Needle Arts Association, maybe, which was the U.S. Version. It was the U.S. Trade show for the wholesaler show. That's what I should be saying, for the industry, the fiber arts industry. But that folded, that event, not at the event, but the company that ran the event folded in the early days of COVID, kind of surprisingly. And I think they're coming back. I think the company is they didn't just run the trade shows, but that's really all I know that they did. But they are maybe making a comeback. But in the meantime, H&H Americas is I would say, the new version of that. So that's happening in Chicago this coming weekend, or maybe the end of this coming week, before the weekend. I'm not really clear. And I have signed up to experience it virtually, but it'll probably be after the fact. I've been signing up for so many things virtually that I don't know. I don't have time to watch them all. So I've been watching. I see your question, Diane. I'll answer it in a minute. Some of the things that I want to watch that are from events that I attended don't last forever. So I watched one of those while I ate lunch today. There's a few more of those to watch. And then the other things I paid for and I get to watch them whenever, but I'd like to watch them sooner rather than later, especially like before I forget that I paid money for these events that I didn't attend in person. So H&H is this week, and my my editing clients needed to have the patterns back because they need, they don't just want an edited file with red ink on it. They want to proof it and lay out the pattern and print it up and have it at the trade show. So, and they're leaving tomorrow for the trade show. So I had to finish it last night. And I did with 16 minutes to spare, although they reminded me that they are in a different time zone. So I actually had more time than that. But plus I had like from midnight to whenever they got to the office, but I really didn't want to keep working through the night. But I did get it done. They're happy with it. And this morning I'm like, I don't have anything I have to do. I mean, I still, don't get me wrong, I'm still working at the shop this week. I still have patterns to edit. I have to propose classes. I have to clean the office from having taught a class and taken 2 classes. It's really messy behind me or over there. So I'm taking the day off today and tomorrow. I'd like to say I'm not doing any work, but I attended a meeting this morning, a Zoom meeting that I've been attending for 15 years or something. I wasn't going to give that up. And there might be a couple more things I do today and tomorrow. I don't consider you to be work, so I was looking forward to seeing you. Plus I had this thing I wanted you to help me with. So so I'm hoping, I did a little embroidery today, some of my black work. Remember my black work class that I took? So I did that. I met a woman on Thursday at the Stitch Out that's hosted by Woven Art and Seams, and happens on the East Lansing, on Albert Avenue, that part of East Lansing, downtown East Lansing that's closed off for the summer. I laugh because it closes off the street that goes to Woven Art and Seams, the main street. So, but whatever, we're used to that now. So I met this woman, Jillian, and she was embroidering. She was doing, I'm pretty sure it was cross stitch, but I could be wrong. It could have been black work or it could have been just outline stitch. I don't remember, but she was delightful. And she had things that I didn't know existed, like a different kind of a hoop frame thing, and she's the second person I have seen who has, I guess, pre-embroidered a grid onto her cross-stitch fabric so that she can more easily keep her place. I saw that Franklin Habit had done that. Franklin Habit, did I say that correctly? On the embroidery he's doing for the carpets for his dollhouse. And I'm like, that's a really good idea, because then you don't have to count so many threads and trust that you didn't screw up. So I'm going to be purchasing some of she used a beautiful, sparkly, very smooth floss to do that with. And so I'm like, hey, Jessie, do you have any of that sparkly, very smooth iridescent floss? And she's like, yes, I do. So I'll be getting that. I have to decide which sparkly iridescent color I want. And so I also, so Jillian was also embroidering. It had a swear word in it. Not that I don't swear, but it said, be nicer to yourself, you dumb bitch, which I thought was hilarious. So I was like, I want to do something like that. So I looked online. She sent me the link and I looked online and found that pattern designer. And I fell in love with some of them. But I opted to just keep looking at other patterns, and I ended up getting 3. So these are PDF patterns, are only a few dollars. I showed you some floral ones, 3 floral ones that I got from a Ukrainian designer a couple weeks ago. I don't remember who this designer was. I got 2. Those were both from the same designer. One of them is a sampler that it doesn't really have bad words on it, but it's there's a word, let me get it. Activist is not the word. There's a word. It's says all the things that are wrong with the world, basically. So I got the edit, but it's pretty. It's a sampler, but it's black work. It's meant to be one color. We'll see what I do. And then another one that this designer has, what she calls hidden messages, and they are cross stitch, or are they blackwork? Gosh, I don't remember. I think it's cross stitch that is done in a script and then turned sideways and then flipped over mirror image. So you can't really tell what you're reading. And she had a lot of naughty ones. So think of a swear word, and that might be one of the ones she had. And I thought it would be fun to have some naughty swear words on my wall that people couldn't read unless they knew the secret for how to read them. Hi, Abby. Um, um, Rebel? I don't know. I'll show it to you. Look at that. I'm almost to the end of this already. Not the end, mind you, of the repair, but the end of this. So see, I was chatting away and got to the end. Words. So I got one of hers that isn't a naughty word. Because it's pretty. It was, to me, it was more delightful as a piece of home decor, although I still want to do naughty words too. Maybe I'll put them on a jacket or a bag or something. And then I also, I guess I knew, but I didn't realize I had gone to one of the seminars that I did actually attend online, because I didn't know that it was going to be recorded, but it was. It was hosted by Creative Bug, which is an online learning platform, and the Craft Industry Alliance, which I belong to. And it was about, I don't know what it was about. I forget. Creativity. Finding creativity? I don't remember. Maintaining your creative spark. I think that's what it was called. There you go. And one of the panelists was Rebecca Ringquist. There's a G and a Q. Ringquist. And she's an embroiderer, probably other things too, but she is, I'm going to say out loud, a messy embroiderer. Like, she doesn't care what the back looks like, and she wants you to just experiment. And while I'm not super 100% behind just flat out experimenting, I really fell in love with a couple of her samplers that she has to work on. And then I forgot about that. And then when I was Etsying for the naughty samplers, I found her Etsy shop and I bought the one that I really like. So there you go. So here we are with the two pieces. I broke it apart. I am going to scooch over. Do I have a, no, of course not. Yes, I do. Where is it? Okay, you can look at my butt in my new dress. Well, I look over here. No. There. Okay. Okay, I'm going to scooch over and fix this before I Kitchener it all back together and forget that I was fixing this, because that is something I would definitely do. And then I'll show you the cross stitch or whatever, the embroidery things I got, and then you can help me get started Kitchenering this back together, and I'll answer your question, Diane, which you already know the answer to, by the way. Just FYI. Okay, I believe that this is where my knit two together goes up. Wow, this is such an easy fix. It just takes forever to get to the right spot. So I have my handy dandy crochet hooks. I love these little metal ones. All right, and then this was supposed to be, well, now it's an SSK. That was supposed to be a knit two together, like anybody's gonna know, but let's do it right. There we go. There we go. Okay, so that was supposed to be a knit two together, which leans to the right. That's how I knew I had done it wrong. Ooh, that's, okay, there we go. And now it leans to the right, but very aggressively. Okay. It does lean to the right. It looks kind of scary. And then it was knit back. So we're going to come from the other side. Well, we're going to flip it over is what we're going to do. And go through that stitch. And we knit back, which puts a purl ridge there. I actually have these two-sided crochet hooks. Let's put one of those in. Is everything pink so I don't have to take it out. And then I can get the next one, which is on the wrong side. The next one being the next ladder. So under that. Okay, so this was supposed to be a knit row. I'm not trying to actually have you see this. I'm just, although you can actually. So there's my knit row, and I put that back on, and now I don't have a drop stitch. It's a little stretched out of shape, and I don't really care. I can work on that later. So I don't know how many stitches I have now. Hopefully I didn't drop any. Let's take a quick peek. Oops. Quick peek. Tell me if you see any dropped stitches. Yell it out really loud. I could follow the pattern across. That would take longer and take more brain cells. It was like a cat hair. See, this is where the SSKs and the K2 togs come together. They crash together. That's right, it's right here. The yarn overs. I seem to like feather and fan or scallop or whatever. Okay. I wonder how many I have. And that one needs to go in there, I think. Ooh. Scooch those. Abby, I don't know. I was looking at them. Like, are they the carbons? I know I have some carbons double points. I don't think these are the carbons, but I don't know what else they are. Oh. Ah, okay. So this goes up and around and down. Look how official I am with this. Wow, I am sweating up a storm. This is not a lightweight dress, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's a cotton jersey. I could be wrong. It's not polyester. I think it's cotton and a little bit of spandex is what I think. Okay, and then I think that goes this way. I think it goes, you know what I think? I think I'm obsessing about this and it's not gonna matter. I'm gonna pull that through that way. Whew, hot. All right, let's see. Yeah, there's my pearl. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, so hot. And so there's that piece, and I just want to look and make sure I got all these black ones. I should be counting. You know that? Could one of you count this? Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. We're also looking to make sure that they're all on the needle. 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 2, 4, 6, 8, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 72, because that's why I tied that together, because that's actually a stitch. So 72, and now I'm going to go back and count these, because we're going to Kitchener. I want to know what I'm getting in for, what I'm in for. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. Oops, that was 38, damn it. 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Sweaty. 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 2, 4, 6, 8, 73. Okay, we'll make that work. And it's just going to be a knit row of green instead of a purl ridge of green. So I don't care if things don't really line up. All right, so we're going to do that. But first, oh, and let me just tell you in case you get bored and leave. It's which colors of these? Within them, they're just solid-ish. But then this is different colors. Yellow, well, duh, yellow, orange, pink, purple, green. And I want to show you, even though it's in pieces now, face. You can see how shiny I'm getting. Let me drink some water. Can you tell that I just drooled or dribbled? No, because I look like a pile of dribble. So this is where we are. This is what we're reattaching. And I know that I think I had finished this part and had started this part, which is the other side of the shawl. But did you know that I actually finished that part? No, you don't, because I just finished it right before this live stream. So it's actually done, which is why it's time to fix that drop stitch, which I did, but now I'm fixing the purl ridge where it's not supposed to be. I'm going to check on these. I'm still going to answer Diane's mohair question. Okay. Yeah, I don't think the needles, whoops, I was just going to pull it out. That's not good. They have very nicely, no they don't, right there. Oops, you can't see. Why aren't you looking? Right here, it says the size, which is US 7. Here we go. US 7. And on this side, it says US 7. So these are obviously US made needles because there are no millimeters anywhere on them. Black cable. Black cable, but I don't know. I don't think they're carbons. I know I have double points. I know I already said that too. So let's look at the embroidery, and then you don't really have to, where is it? And then you don't really have to stick around while I do all the Kitchener, but I'll get it started because that's going to take a while. I'm going to pull out my iPad, which means I should turn off the light, the ring light. Thanks, Diane. So Diane, those colors are, oh, don't look, you'll see my password. Don't look. This is the, hi, go away. Whoops, oh boy, oh boy. Well, you might like see messages and things, that's okay. Diane, this is the yarn from Cornelia Tuttle Hamilton that I bought one in every color, and then I decided that they might be Knitter's Pride. I'm just gonna interrupt all my sentences. When I decided to do, when I saw this shawl and fell in love with it, and this is the normal version of it. This is called Surf and Turf. I just, well, I'll show you. When you see the colorful version of this, that's when I decided to use the mohair, to answer your question. Whoops, oh boy. So this is, oh, there we go. This is Jill Zielinski. She's the one who designed my logo, my 4 knit stitches. And this is, there's another long story there. I think I told it last week or the week before. This is her Surf and Turf shawl pattern. And so she lives in Pinconning, Michigan, which is, as I said before, I thought Pinconning was cheese, which it is, but apparently it's cheese from Pinconning, Michigan. So this is called Surf and Turf, and it's representing the waves of the surf and the sand, the not waves of the sand. So it's really pretty. There it is again. And then she also has, there it is again. And then she also has this colorful version, whoops, that, very touchy. That's where I got, and this is bigger. This is a bigger version too. And I want to wrap more mohair around me, not today and not in this dress, but I wanted to wrap more around me. So I chose, so she has 5 colors, 2, 3, 4, 5 that then repeat, plus the main color. So my main color was black, duh. And then ooh, look at that. And then I had the colors from Cornelia. Well, I had more. There were some blues, and there was a, I don't remember, a white, a pure white. And then this will block out beautifully, but I don't even think I need to block it out right away. But that's why. So that's that. But what I want to show you, let's see, to figure out how to find it. Oh, you can sort of spy on what I'm doing here. I know that I put them in my Goodreader file, so let's see. Oh, there they are. Okay, so this is the, what's that? Oh, okay. This is the activist one. Well, you can see in the middle there is a swear word in there. So this is I think it is cross stitch. Yeah, it is cross stitch. There might be some black work in there, but no, I think it's all cross stitch. And they had it done in black on like a whitish, and I've seen it in red on whatever, but it has this word here which says fuck in case you can't read it. And then it goes with each of these other words. Whoops, there's Z, right? And it's from Birdie's Crossing. There we go. I accidentally touched that. So it has xenophobia, homophobia, sizeism, patriarchy, racism, ageism, sexism, classism, misogyny, ableism, transphobia, and bigotry. That I will hang on my wall proudly. So that's just plain old cross stitch. They only used one color. I may use one color. I may get crazy. But there you go. And then there are DMC colors there. They use black. There you go. So that was one of them. And then the other one was another hidden message, which you might not be able to see. Oh, there it is. This one. Oh, there we go. See if I can turn it sideways. I can. And let's see if I can get that stuff to go away. Not really. You can't really see it. Oh, make that stuff go away. There we go. So you can't tell what they say, but this is what I'm talking about. And I like this one because it's 4 words, hidden messages, and then it has a pretty detail with some color in it. And for example, so the secret is you turn it and the word is on the bottom half. So now can you read those 2 words? Put them in the chat if you can read them. It's a quiz. I actually lined them up perfectly, so that's good. There's 2 words there. What are they? Come on, type it in. Or say, I don't know, if you don't know. Just want to make sure you're still there. Anybody? You know, it's that fancy writing. I know there's a little bit of a time lag between you and me and you. Yep, good job, Fran. This one says summer in its fancy letters, and this one says spring, and then it flips. So this is going to look like gibberish no matter what, but it's the mirror image of those words flipped. And then guess what this one says? These 2. Autumn. Oops, my head's in the way. Autumn and winter. Do you see them? Plain as day, right? A-U-T. U again. Oops. M-N. W-I-N. Fancy T, fancy E-R. So winter might be the easiest one to see. Now look back at these. Spring, S-P, that's kind of a dorky P, R-I-N-G, and summer is just, you know, summer. So when you flip them, it makes this design, and so this goes this way, and will hang in my house someday, and then I can do whatever colors I want. Let's hide my red desk. Oh, it's not moving. Interesting. Whoop. Summer, spring. Yeah, so, well, these aren't cuss words, but she does have cuss words, and they're beautiful. Let me see. See what this one's called. Ooh, I can get right. Oh, Kentima by Kana, or Kona. Let's see. Am I bringing it up? Yes. Okay. So it looks like that, her shop. And then she has hidden messages, mature. She has hidden messages, not mature, which is where I got the autumn, summer, spring, winter, not in that order. And this is not where I got the other one. That was that birdie something. But she has, oops, Yep, so hidden messages that aren't mature and hidden messages that are mature, which actually it's reversed. So, for example, come on, come on. Whew. Well, I'm getting some attitude. Maybe it knows I'm on a live stream and it doesn't want to show dirty words. Let's reload the page. Go back up and say mature, and then click on that one. Really? I can't, oh, there we go. Oh. Open link. There we go. How about that? Oh. That was weird. Okay, here we go. So if I can blow that up and turn it sideways and put that down, what does that one say? You don't have to put it in the chat. So, and then if you flip it, can you read it? It's the F word that I said earlier in the fancy letters. And then if you flip it, mirror image, you know, just flip it that way. There you go. And you could put that on your wall and nobody would know what it said. Looks kind of like a couple of owls or some, like a horned owl or a couple of little chickadees looking at each other. So that's that. I showed you that. That's exciting. So isn't that fun? So that's, I forget how to use my iPad. This. Okay. Close that. That is this, go away. Kentima by Kana, like Donna, is her site. And then the other one is, nope, that's Jill. Birdie's Crossing was the ableism, racism one. That one. So I had fun finding those. I mean, I wasn't looking for them. I didn't know that the hidden message thing was a thing, which it is for her. I don't know. Then the other thing was I was a little worried that, like the part that said, the sampler that Jillian was doing that said, be nicer to yourself, you dumb bitch, or whatever. There were a lot of people who had that in their Etsy shops as a file. So I was like, with maybe a different flower next to it or something. And I was like, well, then I don't want what everybody else has. So I kept looking and I found things that I like. Because apparently I'm going to be doing more embroidery. But I feel that I should do my cross stitch first. Or sorry, oh boy, I wasn't even listening to myself. I feel that I should finish my black work first. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, nope. Right sides together. Right sides together. Wrong sides together. Nope, then this goes in the front. Got it. Right sides together. Whoop. Can you believe I finished that? That went really fast too. B and A. Boy, have I been in a lot of meetings lately. Okay. All right. So this will look fine. And this will look, so I'll do a few and then flip it over and show you and you can see, I mean, you know, nobody was going to know there was a, whoops, garter ridge where there wasn't supposed to be one except me. So whatever. So this is regular, oh boy. Nope, I want to do it this way. Thank you, Sarah. That's why. Thank you for stopping and thinking. There we go. All right, regular Kitchener now instead of inside out Kitchener, which I could have done, but I don't want to. You can't make me. So, and then the ends are wonky because there's slip stitches and I don't even care. So we're going to go purl on. Is that correct? Yes. And knit on. Knit and leave on. I'll just do like some. And then, oh, and I have to do it really loose. Knit off, purl on. Whoopsie. purl off, knit on. So on the other end, because I had slightly different numbers when we just counted them probably, on the other end there was some kind of a knit front and back thing going on, so it's already a little bunchy, so I'll just make it work at the other end. Knit off, purl on. Notice I'm not using a cheat sheet. Oh boy, because I am a trained professional, but I also just fixed a drop stitch in my knitting, so I'm not that trained of a professional. Okay, and I'm not going to have a garter ridge anymore. Just not sure about the tension. I can always pause and tighten it up if I need to. I don't know. Yep. What time is it? Oh my god, it's been an hour again. You know, sorry. I think it was interesting today. So I'll just do a couple more. Let's do 5 more sets. I'll call that 1. I'll call that 2. Oops. Call that 3. 4. 5. Let's do one more. Let's do an even number, just because. Actually, I want to do the whole thing, but we should stop. We being I should stop and look and make sure I'm not doing it too tightly or way too loosely. There I am. Oops. Whoop. And there it is, going back together as a knit row. Instead, so there used to be a purl ridge right in there, and now there is not. And the edge is going to look fine. You know, I sort of blipped away from the slip stitches, and I don't care. It's going to look fine. And so I'll keep working on that. But I won't make you watch me. Unless you want to. Now, I have to, I was going to go to the grocery store, and they close at 7, I think. So I do actually have to go. I'm going to change clothing because my dress isn't done, and it's hot. But that's what I have for you today. You helped me a lot. I followed up on some things. I showed you my dress. Let's see where that. See, now the bust darts are way up here. So if I go like that, now they're where they're supposed to be. My theory, my profound philosophical observation. Did I already tell you this? Observation is that sewing with knits, which I was afraid of, knit fabric, jersey knit, not like knits. Sewing with knit fabric, sewing with knits. You're welcome, Diane. Sewing with knits is different from sewing with wovens in the way that cooking is different from baking. That's my profound statement for the day. Because you can kind of, like, my bust darts aren't in the right place. Well, let me just pull that down then, and now they are. Wovens, you can't do that. You can't do that. So there were some places where you could sort of fudge. Like, I accidentally cut out the bust darts, and then I just sewed them back together. So maybe on a woven that wouldn't have worked. But anyway, I'm proud of my dress. I'm proud of me for doing it. And I'm proud of you guys for whatever it was you did today. Think of something and be proud of yourself. My neighbor is building a fence, and it's slow going. He's kind of regretting doing it himself, but he's making great strides. And today I said, "Are you proud of yourself?" He said, "Oh yeah." So yay for the neighbor. I'm gonna go. I'll be back next Monday at 5. I don't know why I wouldn't be. I'm kind of hooked on this now, and thank you for watching. I'm going to hit the stop streaming button, and then the yes I really mean stop streaming button, which is why I look around awkwardly.